Lawrence was always in a gaggle of artists. He loved being with others who were experimenting, debating, disagreeing, testing new ideas and concepts. He sought out others that were seeking to navigate the world through the prism of creativity. Our next speaker is Lawrence's best girlfriend and health advisor, fellow artist and colleague, Noelene Lucas. Together they bounce ideas off each other and also work together, collaborating to realise some of the works we've seen on the screen today. Welcome.
I want to thank Viv for making this wonderful event to honour Lawrence's life and his work. And I want to thank you for asking me to speak here. I just want to say that I think Lawrence was right when he said to me that he thought he was a very lucky man to have Viv as his wife. Lawrence was my digital buddy. We played together on computers, we mentored each other, we supported each other in our work. We had a joyful engagement with each other and our work. What we had was a treasured friendship for both of us. I first met Lawrence when he came to UWS over 30 years ago, when we were both teaching there. We were contemporaries in art, in teaching, and we had a great deal of respect for each other's work and our skills. After Lawrence returned to Sydney, not long before COVID hit, we resumed and deepened our friendship, initially at Vivian's urging, through a concern for his health. We exchanged technological skills. I edited his animations and he taught me Photoshop. I had tried to learn Photoshop many times before, both formally and informally, without any success. But with Lawrence, I finally got it. Sitting there as he explained things to me, I often thought, what a great teacher you are, Lawrence. When he became unwell, I stepped in. He wasn't someone who found it easy to ask for help, so I tried to anticipate what might make his life happier. He remained optimistic right till the end. We planned a show together in Las Vegas, and he'd send me messages from his hospital bed there saying, send me some writing, Noelene. And I would. He never stopped working, planning and dreaming. He reminded me of the Black Knight in Monty Python's Life of Brian, who found ways to work around each new difficulty that presented itself and remained positive, always looking for possibility. Looking back through our messages over the years, I realised they were mostly about two things. One was lunch and the other was real estate. He loved real estate. Sending me images of bigger and better houses, always near him in Mombara. He tried to entice me and Vivian to move, but neither of us could be enticed to uproot and move to these dream homes. After his death, Vivian was surprised to find a large bouquet of flowers from the local estate agents on her doorstep, with a note saying they would miss their far-ranging conversations with Lawrence about everything but real estate. Restaurant invitations, though, were harder to resist. Come to Mombara and we'll go to lunch, he'd say. And we'll make it even better, we'll get our cars washed. But it had to be Thursday, the $5 car wash day. Day out with Lawrence. Little work was done those days, because we also often had to go to a special pet shop so we could buy live mealyworms for Chippy, his pet lizard, who he fed with chopsticks. So little work was done on the days when we were washing cars and buying mealyworms. So sometimes I would plead with him to allow me to bring lunch so we could get a bit of work done. Lawrence was patient, insightful, and always generous. He loved possibility in life and in art. In art, he liked to keep projects open until the last possible moment in a seemingly never-ending production of variations on a theme. This sometimes drove me mad. These were often the times when we would call out each other's BS or bad ideas and laugh and make jokes about them. One of Lawrence's many quirks was his love of old laptops and, of course, a great bargain. He would find the laptops on Facebook Marketplace. He wanted them so he could run old free versions of software. I gave him Final Cut Pro so he could edit his own animations, but he'd never learned it, he just preferred me to do it for him. We would often sit quietly together for hours upon hours on one or two computers, sometimes more at a time, sometimes seriously, sometimes just playing. Like the time he resurrected his ancient synthesizers, he had quite a few of them, to help me do a sound piece. The sounds didn't make it into the artwork, but we had a lot of fun making them together. Lawrence loved people of all ages. He loved the ideas, the discussions and the energy of young people like Alex Wright, who's here today. But he wasn't as social as Vivian. He loved a party and he liked a quieter, more intimate engagement. I know you people saw him everywhere all the time, but very often he would take Viv to an opening or event and he'd go out into the car and have a nap until it was time to drive home. Sometimes he'd come to my place and hang out until it was time to collect her. Lawrence thrived on ideas, on creative engagement and on creating. I know many of you have your own treasured memories of Lawrence, your own lunches, projects, jokes and kindnesses that you hold dear as I do. Lawrence was my digital buddy, my collaborator, my teacher, my support and my dear friend, and I miss him a lot.
Thank you, Noelene. I think I can also add to that. I remember many times Viv and Lawrence would come to an opening of 4A and Viv would be chatting to everybody and then we wouldn't see Lawrence for a while, then I would get a text saying, hey, I'm in the car, can you bring me a snack?